One of the largest crowds ever seen in Kenya turned up at Uhuru Park to witness the installation of Mwai Kibaki as president. The man of the moment arrived at exactly 14 minutes to 2 o'clock. 12 minutes later, his predecessor drove in to a hostile reception from supporters of the National Rainbow Coalition who had come to witness the transition of power.
Mimi Mwai Kibaki naapa kwamba
in a time when Kenyans are visibly frustrated by the state of leadership, many look back with longing to the hopeful early 2000s, when change felt real and promises actually turned into action. In this video, we rewind to President Mwai Kibaki's first term in office and spotlight his dream team cabinet. These were the men and women who picked Kenya off its knees and helped it to stand tall again. Before we get into each minister and their portfolios, let's recap the major fireworks this team pulled off. Free primary education. 1.2 million kids rushed back to class. Economic revival. GDP rose from under 1% to 7% by 2007. Roads, and more roads. The Great Kenyan Tarmacking began. CDF launched. MPs finally had real money for local development. Matatus sector reform, from chaos to some level of order. Institutional reform and Vision 2030, foundations for a modern Kenya. And now, let's look at each of the cabinet secretaries or cabinet ministers of Kibaki's time and their portfolios and what each and every one of them achieved. Number 1. Michael Kijana Wamalwa, Vice President. He was smooth, stylish, and charming. Wamalwa was more than just Kibaki's number 2. He was the face of Kenya's generational shift. His Queen's English and charisma brought a fresh vibe to government, even though his time was tragically cut short by the claws of death. Raila Amolo Odinga. He was the Minister for Roads, Public Works, and Housing. Before he became Baba of politics, Raila was the guy fixing potholes. He spearheaded the rebuilding of Kenya's decaying road networks. Think of the foundations of the Thika superhighway. Raila laid the groundwork, turning tarmacking into national obsession. George Saitoti, Minister for Education. Remember Kibaki's legacy project, free primary education? This is the man who made it happen. Professor Saitoti oversaw the implementation of FPE, giving over 1 million kids access to schools almost overnight. From chalkboards to classrooms, bursting at the seams. This was a revolution in education. Kalonzo Musyoka, Minister for Foreign Affairs. They called him the gentleman of diplomacy. Kalonzo didn't just shake hands, he mended fences. In the wake of Moi-era skepticism, he went around the globe assuring partners that Kenya was back, ready to work and open for business. Charity Kaluki Ngilu, Minister for Health. She came in like a hurricane of reform. Ngilu went after hospital mismanagement and pushed for free maternity and essential drug supply programs. Suddenly, the village dispensary had actual medicine. Imagine that. Martha Wangari Karua, Minister for Water and later Minister for Justice. The Iron Lady of Reform. First, she cleaned up Kenya's water sector, ensuring boreholes and water kiosking, places forgotten by government. Then she moved on to constitutional affairs, helping steer the ship towards the new constitution. You did not want to mess with Martha. John Michuki, Minister of Transport, Internal and Security. Enter Michuki, the man who told the matatus sector, you will obey the law or else. He introduced the now famous Michuki rules. Seatbelts, speed governors, uniforms for conductors. People cursed him at first. Later, they thanked him. Kiraitu Murungi, Minister of Justice and Constitutional Affairs. The cheeky lawyer from Meru, always armed with metaphors and legal tricks. Kiraitu held the shaky coalition together and tried to push forward reforms, even while navigating scandals and opposition fire. Professor Anyang Nyong'o, Minister of Planning and National Development. The professor with charts and dreams, Nyong'o helped launch Vision 2030's early planning stages. He brought policy seriousness to the table, trying to make Kenya's future less about slogans and more about numbers. David Muiraria, Minister of Finance. Kenya's economy was in ICU in 2002. Muiraria applied CPR. He cut wasteful spending, renegotiated debts, and won back the confidence of international lenders. The shilling stabilized and growth rebounded. Looking back, Kibaki's first cabinet may have had its flaws. It was not perfect, but no one can deny it. It delivered. They turned hope into tangible progress. Today's leaders, they might want to take notes. Which cabinet member do you think had the most impact? Drop your thoughts below, like and subscribe for more political throwbacks.